Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Guess what time it is? It is Primalist time. And yes, we are doing a Druid. Thought about doing a Beastmaster and commanding all the animals, but I thought I've never ever played a Druid, so we should do that. I'm obviously going to go in true form and be a werebear. There's a few other ones, but we're going to check this out.
Man of the wilds, the link between the people of my tribe and the spirits of the land. I was returning to my home in Heoboria from a hunt, only to find flames and destruction. A raid by the forces of Raya. My home and my family had been turned to ash. The call came for the tribes to unite, but I am drawn elsewhere. Now I am traveling to the Temple of Eterra in search of answers from the Mother Goddess and the strength to take my vengeance.
Alright, so we're not going to go too much into the early stuff. Obviously, when you start doing a Primalist, it's very much a melee character, very strong, and you get a little wolf. We don't keep the wolf as much as we'd like to keep the doggo. Maybe next time we'll do a Beastmaster. That might be a little more fun. I've never played Druid, like I said before, and just it's always appealed to me, but every time I see a Druid played in game, it always seems like a boring, tanky kind of build, and I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of how this one is. I tried to do a bit more DPS than I think would normally be acceptable for sort of a tanky build. So as you can see, we're doing werebear. I'm going to call this the Thunder Bear, and I couldn't decide to do what to do with my fifth ability here. So I had the Storm Crows, and I thought that was going to be a good idea, but then I was running into some like later campaign survivability issues, so I decided to use a Spriggan to help me out. Pretty strong creature, and it can deal a healing aura. Problem when you're in bear form, for as long as I can stay in bear form, you can't proc the aura, so you got to go into human form so that you can have them do their little healing aura. At least that's how it seemed to work to me. But it is helpful. You can also be a Spriggan. You can be a Spriggan, and you can be a wolf. I'm just trying to look this up. Sorry, this is recording like a week after I played this character, so I'm not up on the all the forms. I think there's like a swarm thing, which is like a big bat, very melee. So if you want more DPS, I think that's the way to go. Much faster attacks. The bear's can be pretty tanky, so you can kind of like stay in fights. But if you don't pay attention, it can get the better of you. You gotta make sure you build on all those resistances too. You can get that with gear. Campaign, not so much important. Like I said before, every area sort of has like a particular thing. In this later stages, everything's poison. So if you spec your gear to poison resistance, you'd be just fine. I never do that. I always go with the elemental stuff and the physical stuff, so I kind of ignore poison at this point in the game. Just kind of charge through it. I am going to show some of the passives and the skills so that you can see it. It'll be sped up. It'll be quiet. That way you don't hear the the weird audio. The thing to do when you speed them up. So we got Rampage, Maul, Roar, and then this is, I guess, Rive or Claw something or other. Yeah, so we went Druid, so went pretty heavy on Druid. Got 44 points in Mastery there and 24 in Primalist. Now, with this one, there's a lot more you can go around. I'm not super up on the ways to do these things. for druids. It's all new to me. So I kind of went as tanky as I possibly could, and all of the sort of DPS stuff I went through elemental with a lot of lightning. So any sort of lightning that I could add onto things, I added. Works pretty well against these sort of trash mobs. Spriggan is a weak minion, so I had to add quite a bit of life and armor to it so it would stay alive. But cool thing about Druid is if your minion falls, you can stand next to it and it will revive. It is cool looking though, Thunder Bear. I'm not sure if the tattoos change colors depending on what element you're using. That could very well be a possibility. Yeah, see, now we're going to stand next to the Spriggan and ta-da! We're going to fly the big old eagle bird thing. Sadly, it does get shot down. Check that bear out. So I've got a lot of rage builders. I have a lot of things that slow down my loss of rage, and all my hits create rage. So I can stay in werebear form pretty much forever. There are some more intense battles where I don't use the right abilities, or just use them so much that I just run out of rage, but it's pretty easy to stay in bear form as long as you build up to that, if that's what you want. Of course, it is good to go back into human form to get your Spriggan up. There's a couple other things if you're trying to leap across the map. Fury Leap is pretty awesome. You basically jump halfway across the screen. You can see it, you can jump to it, basically. I'm dual wielding axes. They're unique axes that do a lot of bleed damage. Not sure if those are the best axes to use. Probably be better served to get some rare axes and just add a bunch of lightning damage to them versus trying to make it bleed. But I've got a lot of bleed on this build, a lot of lightning damage, so I'm armor shredding, bleeding causing, electrifying Thunder Bear. It was a lot of fun. I would say that this has gone a lot slower than the Acolyte or the Void Knight, and now that I'm in Mage, Mage is going pretty well. Alright, so I've got Fury Leap, I believe that's Warcry, Werebear form, Rive, and then have the Spriggan minion. Kind of see down, stand in the sort of armor shred, life, rage build stuff. And for my werebear, we're all over here in the lightning and the armor shred, a little bit of bleed over here. If you played this druid, let me know what the good nodes are to build into. Kind of tried to stay in the lightning as much as I want to like just build on everything. I'm trying to stay focused into, you know, one or two trees instead of trying to get into all the trees.
Were you hoping to find Majasa human?
So I have been trying to show you guys from class to class sort of the same footage areas so you can see kind of how those fights go. I will say that in the first half of the Jasa fight, it took a little longer than the other two, but I definitely felt better because I didn't die at all. But then in the second form with the bleed, I mean, I had trouble with that all the last 3 times. And to be fair, probably the first 2 times I really wasn't paying attention. Or the Void Knight I stayed, I think I died once or twice. but the Acolyte died quite a bit. And then the werebear, probably 3 or 4 times, to be honest with you. And that's because I didn't want to get out of the fight. I just wanted to keep slashing. And so I was like, whatever. It was not a skill issue at this point. It was just I just want to get through this and kill Majasa so I can get on to the end game.
Always aid me. Nothing can stop me. Nothing.
Yeah, well, this build a ton of fun. I've been trying to do different elements for all the things. So the Acolyte did a lot of necrotic damage with minions, and some of the minions had some fire damage going on, but mostly necrotic damage. With the Void Knight, obviously we did void damage. See that? Look at that leap. That is impressive. And this was a electric bleed. My mage is currently mostly flame. Some of the abilities a lot of the abilities are mixed, but so I've got obviously all the elements. When I went sorcerer, I thought about doing the spell blade, which sounds really cool. I might try that next time. But this time I did sorcerer, just straight casting, and it's mostly fire with a little bit of lightning mixed in, and a good amount of cold. So I'd say I had to mix the elements. We're probably out of 100, we're probably 70% fire, 20% cold, and 10% lightning. That's only because one of my Super Saiyan abilities mixes fire and lightning, but I'm thinking about just turning it all over to fire.
My beautiful vessel maiden.
I am breaking the cycle. I refuse to be your sacrifice.
Disgraceful. Rage is unbecoming of you, child.
This is not rage. For millennia, the vessel maidens have died so you could live. Now feel the unending abyss of their despair.
What are you doing?
Why don't you show our guest the torment that now fills you?
What's happening? Get out of my mind!
Alright, so you're going to see, and we're going to play this whole fight through, except for the bleed part. I just wanted to show you that this guy's got pretty good survivability.
Foul insect! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Foul insect! Be gone! Be gone! Foul insect! This is your doom.
Yeah, so the cool thing is with the war cry, it causes stun even to bosses. It'll basically interrupt if they're about to do like a big ability, and you can stop them from doing it, and that can save your life. As you can see, I'm not doing like a ton of damage, but I am taking a pretty good hit, and it's not really affecting me. If this was my acolyte, I'd be dead every time. You see, I can use the little pyres here to block hits. That fire one's a pain in the butt. Well, see that? Staying alive. That is a proper use of potions right there. Also have quite a bit of regen. Yeah, Spriggan helps with that. See, we're gonna stay in it like this. Got the Spriggan up, so we got quite a decent amount of regen here. As you can see, I don't have any potions. And so we're fighting a lot of attacks. Got some, my axes have, I believe they do have leech on them. Yeah, so as you can see, this took a little longer. This is probably like in total, like a 10 or 12 minute fight for my Druid. I didn't time it for the other two, but it feels a little long. But so far I've been pretty consistent, even though it felt slower. Still around that like 15-hour time frame. One of these times I'm going to be able to play camping all the way through without like a whole bunch of downtime and just recording, because there's like probably, like I said before, a couple hours of me just kind of sitting there trying to do other things. Life is busy, you know. Alright, then we're gonna cut ahead to the end here, where I just stay in it and smack at her. And we're just gonna go after it. Get that guy alive. Yeah, if you're not built for that, when you get hit, like, she will kill you with that. See my rage? Keeps going up every time I hit. I'm pretty much not using any whatsoever. We're just in it. We got Berserk going. When we do the roar, oh, that creates Berserk, so I got Berserk points. Yeah, just in it to win it. So, Thunderbear, totally viable. I'm gonna mess with it though. I'm not sure if I want to do anything about this Spriggan. Might just keep going with it and see how it does. But like I said before, the best part about this game is the respec. Very forgiving. You got like a minimum level, so if you do respec into something, if you're like, you got like level 15 for most of your abilities at that point, then your minimum I think is level 7. So you'll be able to throw 7 points into whatever skill you want to specialize in, and then up until you catch up to your other specializations, you'll get increased XP. That way you're not too far behind, and you're not like totally bricking your build going into endgame. So this is endgame. This is Monolith of Fate. There's a bunch of monoliths. I haven't really gotten into this too much, so if you're looking for like some more endgame pointers, there's people who have been playing this since I think 2019 when the early access first started. So go ahead and check them out. They've got a lot of videos on how this goes, but this is a very small bit of the endgame. So basically, you gotta do these echoes to stabilize the timeline and go on and on, so you get more uniques, get more experience obviously, excuse me, and then you can, you know, get cooler weapons. Oh, I wish it had fallen. Been so cool. So close. So that said, if you're still watching, by the time this posts, this will be the 20th, which means there'll be one more day before full release. Probably tomorrow, it'll be Wednesday, I'll post my mage build. I'm almost done with that one. I did Sorcerer, that's been a ton of fun. I really like that one. A little slow to start, but I said it in my last video. You guys have played Baldur's Gate 3, it's kind of like Gale. Once he reaches level 12, it's kind of unstoppable. If you've got the right abilities, just becomes super strong. And that's kind of how the mage is. Super strong. Really actually starting to breeze through some things. As long as you got enough mana built up, you're good to go. And then on release, I am going to play the Falconer. A rogue is the class, and the Falconer is the mastery. Just because that's the new hotness, and I want to try it out. Plus, I've done rogues before with blades and arrows, so you know I think the Falconer would be really cool because like the Falconer can pick you up and launch you. You can do the dive bomb thing. It just looks like a cool little thing, and I don't think the only build that I've done without any minions is the mage. My Void Knight didn't really have minions, but it did. It had those little flying blades, and I'm going to count that. Don't have anything like that for the mage. I guess you just kind of see it's got little these active modifiers, just like in PoE for your maps. Tells you what you're gonna get. These aren't negative though; these are positive things. Oh, except for that enemies gain frenzy and haste when hit. That's not fantastic. So make sure you kill them. But increased item rarity, increased experience. And then your objective is to destroy both venom spires. And the more enemies you kill, the more stability you add to the timeline. So obviously you can finish the quest inside of here and you'll be done. But if you do kill more things in here, then you're going to get maximum points for stability on the timeline. And that's as far as my understanding goes for this, because this is about as much in-game. There's like, I do one more, and that's kind of it. My following videos after I get through all 5 classes will probably be some more endgame stuff. Show you what I've learned so far, and then I'll probably start going into all the other subclasses. And once I finally have a handle on all those things, maybe I'll start doing guides. I'll try anyway. Don't hold your breath. I think I just spit all over myself. Well, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Not going to be a whole lot left to say, just going to let you watch some of the gameplay and enjoy the Thunder Bear. Yeah, see, that's one of the spires. There's 2 of them. Echo conquered, that's it. I already got the other one. But, see this, we get the bonus from killing all these enemies, so I think that's what we do here. If you guys are interested in playing this game, definitely check it out. People have asked about bugs. I haven't really seen a whole lot. I've now got, let me look at Steam, see how many hours I have into the game now. Last Epoch, 75 hours. So that's not really super accurate. I've done 4 of the 5 characters. That's, we're gonna average them out. 17 point, no, is that the math? 37.5, 18.75 hours per character. But I've added up the timelines on the videos that I've recorded, and none of the characters of even like total gameplay haven't added up to that. So maybe that's counting me just like not even recording stuff, because I don't always record all of the hours because I'm just sitting in the menu, or you know, it's just kind of dangling there, or hit pause or something, so there's no actual gameplay going on. But yeah, I got 75.9 hours into 4 characters so far. So probably by the time I finish the campaign of the mage, I'll be at an even 80. That gives you an idea. I mean, so I think that's enough time for me to say that I've enjoyed it. And I definitely recommend it, and I'm going to keep recommending it. Because when the release, the full 1.0 release comes, we're going to get, I think there's some small UI changes. Not to this, but to like the menus. And then there's also some revamping to the combat animations to make them look a little more fluid, and there's going to be like basically a whole area sort of overhaul, so the graphics are supposed to be looking a lot better. I'm excited for that. I've seen some of the gameplay from the updates, and it looks pretty good, so I'm excited for that. And then it's also going to bring, like I said, the Falconer for Rogue and Warlock for Necro, which definitely going to try that one too. Kind of bummed that one wasn't an option when I started playing, because I was kind of looking forward to that, but it's okay. We'll play again. We're going to play them all. I don't know if I'll play Druid again. I really like Void Knight. Acolyte, I'll definitely be doing Warlock, Rogue, definitely Falconer. I don't know if we'll do any other ones. Mage, I definitely want to do the Spellblade. So, Acolyte and Mage, both the spellcasters, I want to do at least another mastery. For sure. The other one's not, I don't know about. This is a pretty cool looking area. What I like about the maps, they did a pretty good job with the area levels. I guess there's going to be like weather changes and stuff in the game as well. Sorry to rant here. Just things are coming in my head, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Love it. It's good when I'm not like fighting the boss and just destroying things. I'm gonna get this guy. Interesting mix of enemies in this one. And like poison barb things that were from like the earlier areas. And then you've got these frozen guys. Yep, we got a frozen shield, so we got some poison guys, we got some cold guys. I don't know what these guys are like. These are frozen. You got these dogs. Yes, that's really a weird mix of characters in this one. Maybe that's the idea. It kind of looks like a hellscape. Oh yeah, Wingari Matriarch. Maybe it's because I sent them all to some weird underworld. Little meat grinder thing going on here. Oh, and before we go, I just have to shout out Helldivers 2. I know you guys have probably seen a million people make videos already, kind of like Power World did, but man, is that a ton of fun. I've been playing with my brother. We've probably got 30 hours in the last few days on that one. Oh man, that is a ton of fun. If you can get logged into the server, it takes a little bit, but man, is it a ton of fun. Simple game, easy, good fun, just like this one. Games shouldn't be stressful, you know. I think they should just be challenging enough and enjoyable, where it doesn't make you want to rip your hair out and punch a wall. That's the games I want to play. That's gonna be it, guys. We'll wrap this up, and I do appreciate you watching. Stay tuned because the mage is coming. We're gonna try to load some different areas for that one, but catch you in the next one, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night. Later.